Hello trader, welcome back to live session for the first live of the week as we are starting new trading week after the NFP. Let's begin another trading week here, trading live together. After NFP, we can see the market on gold as expected, as planned. There was an initial break below, and then the market currently having another pullback here. We had two trades early on gold. We'll be discussing on that later. And before that, first of all, let's see today what we have next in this session on gold. What kind of trade we can expect, as we can see primary bounce from this liquidity zone here, and also lower time frame we can see pullback, expecting that the market to potentially drop further in the lower time frame. So before we look for any entry, would like to see a complete multi-time frame analysis to find out where is our next trading opportunity. And once all the members are here, all of you ready for this another possible trading day? If you guys are ready, you can say yes so that I can begin first analysis and then trade setup. This is a very important session, and as this is the live session where we will be looking for live trade setup. We will be discussing about the trading psychology, and also we will be discussing about if you guys want to take your trading to the next level. This is where you can take your trading to the next level. So don't miss out any part of this live session. Let's begin today's session with on gold, starting with first of all a daily chart, and then we will jump onto the lower time frame to find possible entry opportunity, as daily time frame is where is the best place that to look for the directional bias. Now it's important that we always look for the directional bias. Directional bias is very important. If you guys look at the daily chart on gold, we can see that this is currently bear market, right? So it might get little confusion that either it's a bull market or bear market, but on the daily, for me, it is bear market, and I'm sure that many of you will agree with that. If you don't agree, also you can let us know why you think that it's a bull market. Do you think that it's a bull market or bear market at the moment? Beginning of the session, I would like to ask the community. Thank you very much, Santam. And if you guys are here, you can say, I hope that the stream is going well. And just begin the session. I'm posting a poll in the beginning to see what's your view on, so that you have a directional bias. So today, do you think that it's gonna be bullish or bearish for the starting a poll? So what's your bias on Xauusd today? Is it bullish or bearish? So especially on the daily. Okay, so we'll be talking about the daily chart, so that we know that on the lower time frame which way will be the bias. So I have posted a poll here, and if you guys just say cast a vote. Bye, welcome. Overall bearish, but today bull up to 3330. Today bull, you are bull. So let's see what's gonna be today. What do you think? You can let us know. FX Gold, hi coach, welcome. Thank you very much. Welcome. Now, first, I'm going to look at the daily. The reason is daily time frame is very ideal in terms of if we look at the directional bias. We will not be entering into the daily, but daily time frame is very, very important. Okay, and I would say that the most important time frame that I look at in the chart is the daily. Why? Because there is a lot of factors that we can consider when we are trading on the daily time frame, especially directional bias, the trend, and also sometime more often that I would say the entry. Okay, so we can look at the daily high, daily low, okay, timing. For example, daily candle open in Asian session and the market progressed through the London session. Now on New York session, where is price in relation to the daily open, okay, in a trending market? So these are some very, very important, crucial question that we can ask when we are trading, and daily chart will always give us that understanding. For example, now if we look at this move here, you can see that from here, this is the move so far, significant drop on the daily, and this is currently for me a potential bear market. Why? Because if you look at here, starting from here, what do you see? There was a pretty massive break below from this resistance line on the daily time frame, and with that break on the daily, with this massive drop on the daily time frame, has given Xauusd a stronger momentum as it grabbed that liquidity here. You can see it's a liquidity grab, and with this liquidity grab, okay, now look at this one here. What do you see? Let's draw it a little clearly. And with this here, okay, so you can see the market has broken to the upside here. Okay, so you can see that upside break, grab the liquidity, and then dropped, right? So because there is a false breakout here on the daily, that you saw that after this the market has unusually break above and then close as a bearish engulfer. So because it has broken that high and then returned back again in the major direction here, we can see that the market in that zone currently potentially coming to the support level here. So this is the pole that the move started on the daily time frame from this level, a big move, and then we can see the price again approaching that level. So because it has rejected from the top, from very top where the impulse started, and we see the price is nearing to that support level, therefore without testing this liquidity zone, we may see the market may not go up again to create a higher high. So that's the fundamental logic behind the daily chart to be bearish at the moment. And if we look at the last couple of days here, what do you see? That there's after this big red candle, there is another massive red candle. And today so far also the market has shown initially bearish move, and later the price has gone up for a pullback. At the moment the price above the daily, this is where the market opened, and the price at the moment above this daily level. And because the market above this daily level, right, so we could see now the market to potentially come back here to test this support, and that's where for us to look for potential entry once we see the market has got that rejection from the top, and we can look for this move in that direction, which is almost 250-60 pip or even more directional bias is possible here. So this is the daily analysis. Now let's go back to the lower time frame. Now 15 minutes, that was open early here, the market, and with this opening, as we expected, there was a bounce here. Now with the market open, I was a little cautious and I didn't take that trade here until the London session, and because we could take that move, but because just the market open with a 115 minutes, if you look at this 15 minutes green candle, it was a bit of stronger move, and that's why I was little cautious in that area, because it's just opening, we might see further upside. So I didn't enter, and we saw that later big drop happen accordingly, until the London time that we have entered 2 trades back to back in that area, and which both of them came out to be successful, profitable. Now we can see that also we will be discussing why I have opened that trade, which is very important to look at when you see that this kind of move. Now if you look at the 1 hour chart, what do you see that from here? This is a clean upside move from the 1 hour chart. So this is where the market started to move back to the upside with a clean bullish impulse in the opposite direction of the trend, where there is a very important resistance line here. If you look at, this is a resistance here and also resistance here. Now what do we see? That the price managed to break above with a clean impulse in this 1 hour chart, with that full big move back to the upside, followed by the prices cross that 20 EMA and then revert back again in the direction of the trend. So with that being said, we can see the market made its move and then later revert back again in the direction of the major trend. So this is the level that we can see the price tested that high and then returned back again to that support level. So at the moment, as the market has made its initial bounce back to the upside here, which is to this key level. Now as again we can see the price started to drop in the major direction of the trend, as we are discussing from the daily, that this market potentially to remain so So what we can see here in this area from the daily, that we can see the market from the daily time frame so far has reached that high, and from that high the price started to drop back again. Now this is the at 3310 level is where there is a very important support level, and as the market is getting the rejection, we could see that the market potentially to come back here to that level. So let's look at now the lower time frame price action for possible entry. From directional perspective, we can see that the market is bearish that we have seen, and in that bear market we only will be looking for potential selling opportunity in this market. So looking at the 1 hour, especially if you guys look at, this is the daily low, and from this daily low, as the market is trending in the direction expecting for this price to potentially remain bearish to the major direction of the trend. Now as we see the market started to trend back down here, expecting that this market potentially to drop here to the major direction of the trend. Now if we can catch that move early, we can expect potentially high probability trade setup. Now looking at this is the 1 hour chart. As you can see, the price approaching that 30 minutes from this 30 minutes candle, approaching that 1 hour resistance line. Let's see where we could find a short-term potential entry in this market. So looking at the 5-minute chart here, this is where there was a big drop here, and we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have secured 2 trades in that zone for this move. This kind of bearish price action is very key. If you look at here, you can see this is a bearish engulfer here, and with that we have taken 1 trade here and the other one is here, both of them when the market was just breaking down from that structure. Now at the moment, what we can see with this upside bias, the price slowly trying to if any bounce back to the upside, that's where we can look for again a possible entry in this market. So dropping down to the very lower time frame on the 1 minute and 5-minute chart, these are the 2 time frames that we will be looking for entry to see which one, which time frame gives us the best confirmation for the price action. Now here what you can see, if you guys look at, you can see this is the 4 hour, the price approaching that resistance line. Let's see where we can find further entry opportunity with the candle close on the 15 minutes. If there is any move back to the upside, is where entry. So looking at the 1 minute, looking at the 1 hour and 1 minute, here is the lower time frame price action. So daily chart, the price on the daily support, multi-time frame analysis, if we look at, we can see that this market from the multi-time frame approach, it's a bear market. So looking at the 5 minutes and the 1 minute chart here, this is where we can see the price approach that key level, and from that key level we could see the price to potentially break below here. That's what the potential expectation for this market to revert in the major direction of the trend. So let's wait to see where it is heading to. This is the key level of resistance currently, expecting for the price to potentially come back here, right? So this is where the possible direction to enter for around 70 pip move. I'm waiting to see that to see that happen. Now for us to find that entry, we will be looking for an important zone. So we can see from this circular structure here, the price has broken above this level. Okay, so now that break is, for me, it's against the trend. So therefore entry, we will be looking for sell opportunity as soon as we will see that it's happening. Now daily high, I would like to also mark the daily high. This is, which is the 3328 level, which if the price reach that far, which is less likely, but if goes there, that will be another big sell opportunity. But I think the market may not go that far. This move that we can see potentially be an opportunity for us to go for short in this market. So I will remain bearish. Let's see, as the market has made an upside bias here on the lower time frame, I would like to place a possible pending order in this area. If the market breaks below, we will be on the trade here. So as we can see, this is already showing back to the upside. So daily, we will be targeting to the daily support, which is the 3310 or level below. So would like to place a pending order below 3317 or at 3317, and targeting to 3311 level, which is the daily support. If the market breaks below, we will be on the sell trade. So placing a sell stop here below this level, and stop loss keeping above this swing high, which is around if we look at the pip wise it's around 40 pip stop loss. It will be a sell stop at a pending order to this daily level, and we can even wait further for a deeper entry in this market. So placing a sell stop here, if the market drops we will be entering into the trade. So sell stop with a proper risk management, of course, looking at 3317.55, stop loss at 3321.76, and TP target here at 3311.38. So we place that sell stop here, and also I'm going to share the same trade in the community, in the VIP, in the premium group where the members together trading. Sell stop at 3317.55, stop loss at 3321.76, and TP target setting at 3311.38. Now with that sell stop, we'll be holding it until the market breaks or shows any different direction. Come on, I need to turn it on. All right, so we place the sell stop here. We see that there is an upside bias. As I mentioned, I'm not going to go long at the moment. It's a the major trend currently for me is down. So if the market breaks below here, below this swing low, we will be on the trade. And I think if the market reverse, we may see the price to potentially drop back to this daily low. At the moment we see there is a significant bounce back to the upside, 15 minutes as well, and the 5 minutes, which is a complete bounce with a stronger momentum. So we might be able to adjust the entry. As we can see, there is already a big move, so we may be able to find a bit higher price for this sell, and still delete that. Here is a bounce. Okay, we can see that there is a break below, and with the break, holding on to that entry. We'll be keeping on that that entry. Okay, so with that being said here, okay, so you can see sell stop 3317.55, stop loss 3321.76, TP target placed at 3311.38, and as this is a long-term bull market, expecting for the market to break below here to trigger the trade. This is the third trade for the day. in the premium group, we had early three trades, one on dollar yen, two on XAUSD. All of them we have secured in profit. Let's look at this one here. And as this is a long-term bear market at the moment, we see that from the daily we have already analyzed to be a bear market. So if the market is breaking from that level, we will be on the trade for a possible drop down to the daily support level. Okay, so welcome everyone. Hello sir, welcome. It's called I'm thinking it may come to retest 4-hour head and shoulder neckline, and 1 hour time frame I'm seeing an inverted head and shoulder, so expecting to come up to the neckline of the 4-hour head and shoulder. If you look at the 4-hour, this head and shoulder that you are talking about, it's already there, right? So you can see that in the beginning we have seen a retest of 3328 level, and the bias is very strongly bearish. It may possible to go back up to that far, but I think the market may not be able to go that much of upside, because this is the NFP move and there's a volume in this move. So if you look at this area, okay, so in this zone here is the NFP news has been published, and you can see the market has had a significant breakdown from that level, right, to this low. And because there is a volume, right, so any pullback, it will try to drop back again to that level. Why? Because the market is moved by the smart money, right? And here is the smart money sold this market. In trading, it's completely different than our regular thinking. That's why sometimes it becomes difficult to understand. Why? Because in a regular, if you go to the market for buying something, when we see that the price is low, we think of buying, right? So the price is high, we don't do that. In trading, is the other way. The lower is potentially to be further lower. That's why the best way to think in understanding it, because there is a tendency to buy from the low. So the best way that, you know, I started to think in a way that it's like the putting on a weight on something, right? So imagine that something is falling, right? So you put 1 kilo weight on something and it's falling. So if the more it will fall, the more it will accelerate with the gravity, right? Put another weight, it's gonna accelerate further. Based on your weight, the speed will increase, right? So similarly, because when a market is falling, that means there is a selling pressure. So the further it is dropping, the more load on it. So it is further probability to drop, rather than we think that, because we are not going to sell or buy the price. We will be trading the volume, right? So we will be trading the liquidity. So therefore, the further lower, the probability to drop further. But what about the reversal? That's where we will look at the pattern, that how we can understand when the market is reversing. Especially reversal happen mostly not from buying, but from closing. Guys, this is the key. You can take that note. We think that the buyers, in a falling market, the buyers are buying, so the market is reversing. It's not that way. reversal happened because of not for buyers buying from the bottom, but from the sellers closing their positions or taking their profits. And then once the market reverse, then the opposite directional traders come on the market and started to buy, and the market shoot up to the level where it has started and then restart again everything, right? That's how the market moves. So that's how the cycle of the market. That's why you'll see that when a market trend, it trend, but when it falls without trend in most of the time, right? Is because of panic closing of the position, along with additional orders coming to force that market to come back below the order block. If you want to navigate in an unknown city, what you need is GPS, right? So let me tell you what is the GPS of the market. If you understand that, you will never ever miss to understand the market. It's gonna be much easier for you guys. This is the key. Try to understand. You can take that note. Let me tell you the GPS of the market. So the market will never move in one direction at all, right? So it's either go up or down or sideways. Now when you see that the trend change, where most of us we see as the market will change the trend at some point, the market will never change the trend in one single move. Okay, so the market change trend in a certain pattern. So it's gonna either move in a sideways from double top, double bottom, or create any kind of pattern that is recognizable. And let's consider the ideal scenario, a double bottom. Okay, in an uptrend, the market has broken above with an impulse, right? So why this happened? This is where the smart money area, right? So which is the order block. Okay, this is the previous resistance where the smart money were interested to sell. The market drop here, and then it just has broken above with a stronger impulse. That means that the stronger buying pressure from this level has taken the market to a certain extent, right? So, and then where the profit taking, okay, so which is a move that you can see like that, and again we can see that another move, right? So leaving an imbalance here, which is the fair value gap, right? The market keep leaving the gap, the imbalance in the market. So now with that imbalance, if you look at another impulse, that means that this move is where the profit taking. Now why this happen? Because as a retail trader, we can execute any trade anytime without any hesitation, right? You can buy 1 lot, 5 lot, 10 lot without any restriction. But smart money cannot do that. For example, let's say they need to buy 20 million, okay? So they need liquidity to do that, right? So they cannot place all those order in one place. So they, for example, let's say they bought here 1 million, okay? The market, as soon as they buy, the price will go up here. And because the market, once they buy, the market will go up. It's very difficult for them to place all those orders because they will not get the liquidity or the price they expect. And then there is a profit taking, the price dropped, right? So, and then let's say they place another 1 million or some amount as an imaginary, and once they buy again, the market will make another impulse, right? And then will take profit taking, okay, another amount of order, let's say another 1 million, right? Now what happened? The market is too high now for them to buy. It's now an expensive market to place further order, and that's where the manipulation happened. That's where the break of structure. So if you want to trade with the smart money, you need to know when this manipulation is happening, when this breakover structure comes, because there is no liquidity anymore. It's too expensive for them to go long in this market. So somehow the market drops and breaks the swing low or important area, and that breaks has an identical pattern in it that you can understand that this is where the manipulation is happening. And the market in a new low where again smart money interested to place that order, right? So this is where the retail trader get confused. We think that okay, this is a reversal, let's sell, just to see the market has come back to very important key level, prepared for another bounce. And there is a identical way to understand how this break the ATR, the way of breaking down, and there are many other factors that, such as the rate of change of the price in terms of timing, okay, how big the candles are, how the candles started. There are some subtle clues that you can pay attention to understand that this is a manipulation. And then smart money, let's say, bought another 2 million here, the price has gone back up, fresh new trend, and then finally at some point this market will reverse, right? Okay, forming a head and shoulder and reverse. Now when you see the reversal, it's very different than when it went up. Okay, the reversal most likely you'll see like that more often, and that will bring that price back here. Okay, so this move is mostly started with closing those positions that have opened along the way, because when you close buy, it's basically sell, and then adding further position by others, bringing that price back to the baseline or below this order block, prepare for a sideway or another move back to the upside to create a new higher highs. This is the GPS of the market. Once you understand that you can navigate the market, you know that in relation to the order block where you are, you should be opening the position or no, or you should be waiting for that breakover structure. If you guys joined the previous live trading room Zoom class that we discussed this in our discussion, we are on the trade. In the meantime, we are discussing the trade entry is that you can see. Okay, so the mine have to enter another position. So we are on the trade here. In the meantime, it's a sell trade running in profit and 15 p profit. As we discussed, I am on the trade holding on to that, and let's keep that on. And as we discussed earlier, guys, here the key for us to look for a market that is trending. Now as per the entry here, this is the third trade on gold today. Let me know, guys, if you are on the trade while we are learning the strategy education. We see the trade is active, and I would like your feedback on the live chat if you are enjoying this live session. The trade is on, and also stay connected by joining the Telegram. Probably each day we will be taking 1 or 2 members in the academy for lifetime access to the academy. And here is the very important point, as from the free Telegram channel that you can see, link below this video. Every day we are posting education. For those who are highly enthusiastic and interested, probably you can get a lucky coupon to join completely free of charge to the premium, to the courses and advanced education program. So to be qualified for that, to be able to see the first one, will be able to cash that coupon through the website. You can join. So that information you can find on the Telegram. So probably 1 or 2 member each day, slowly building the community, as we already have an existing community and we are on that. We have the advanced trading system that we are trading every single day, and I would like to give some new members new opportunity to join the academy, to learn the strategy, to be able to become an independent trader. So if you are passionate about trading, if you love trading, stay connected by joining the Telegram, where you might be able to find a coupon every day we are posting to join the academy, along with all the courses and everything that we have to learn and grow as a trader. Now here is, we can see after this break there is a pullback to the upside here. Now I would like to wait to see that what kind of market structure is forming here. Let's wait to see 5 minutes price action, a break below. Would like to see that breaking down here to the daily low, and once we see the market has dropped back below, this is where we will be entering into the trade. Thank you for joining the live session. Absolutely appreciate your support to the channel. And also guys, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, to stay connected for all the education analysis that I'm updating, posting every single day. Now here is the 1 hour and 30 minutes price action that you can see. There is a doji formation. If we look at the 1 hour here, we can see that also 1 hour price crossed that high and then forming a possible doji here. Would like to see that the market is remaining bearish to the daily low, so that we can expect it to drop further. So you saw that this is the 1 minute. If we look at here, we discussed that move that we have seen, a complete unusual move back to the upside, and the market currently again pushing back in that zone, and I would like to hold on to that possibility for the market to come back here. Let's wait to see where it is heading to. So the price dropped to that neckline, and from here we saw that there was an initial bounce. So here is, we see there is a 1 minute price action from this support. This is an okay, so we see 30 minutes close coming. Now this 30 minutes close and also the 1 hour, it dropped to that level, again trying to push back up. So you see this move here to almost 20 pip and pushing back again for another possible bounce. So let's wait for the 30 minutes candle to close. How it is, the candle closing is important to look at. and there may be another pressure. So waiting for the price to see if the market is, if you look at the daily here, this is daily price, 4 hour, pretty sharp rejection. After break of this low, so it's broken that low here, and then possibly returning to that level. So from this resistance, we see the market has come back to that that key level, and again straight down. Now 30 minutes closing, 5 minutes, the 1 minute. We'll be waiting to see if this is a fake out, and I think if the market drop again, we might be seeing that new lower low. Holding on to that, very tight stop loss on the trade, and so you can see that reversion back here, revert back possibly to okay, so we can see that rejection on the market as near our entry point. So with the 30 minutes closed, what you can see that from this resistance line, okay, so what kind of price action form from the 1 minute, a candle closed, now if this market not being able to break the high, then possibly you could see the break the low here, and holding on to that, we are looking to see possibly to drop here. We see there is a bear candle potentially be forming, and let's see, wait to see where the market potentially creating a new structure. Thanks for joining the live session, guys. We see that there is a possible move from the 5 minutes. Now this 5 minutes move, if we look at here, we can see that this is a complete against the trend move to the key level of resistance that has given new momentum for this market to possibly to drop. and we can see the price just has come back to our profit area again, and would like to hold it for profit target hit, expecting to create a new lower low here. Okay, so you can see that the market here is now this is an important support to see the market breaking below here. Now, as you can see, the price slowly trying to push back here. If this support is broken, that's where the better opportunity will come. And currently the market at our entry, and let's just see if the market again pushing back up or coming down for another support break. So possibly to come back down to create a new lower low. Alright guys, we are running profit and I'm looking to see when we will be taking it and still holding on to that. You guys with me? So expecting further downside. So you can see that this is the 5 minutes bear candle, and with that 5 minutes bear candle, the market showing that potential downtrend, expecting to drop further. We see the price is almost nearing to the daily support, and as soon as I will be closing the profit, I will be also giving a shout out. We are running in profit. This is the third trade on gold, but now it just crossed that low. We want to see that it's coming back again, but I think we may see possible bearish move. $30 minutes and the 1 minute chart, that we can see a doji which is showing possible further bearish. I'm holding on to that, and boom, that's the one we need to see. And one more drop, we'll be able to close profit, which is 29 pip. I'm closing out with the running profit, closing out 29 pip, and so we are out with the running profit, and that's amazing, which is the fourth trade in a row today on the on Xauusd. I would like a feedback on the live chat, and let's wait for another possible entry. Now let's wait for another entry, because the market on the support, there is possibility for deeper pullback again, and we'll be waiting for another. Let's refresh the chart again, completely go blank, and then to see again. So let's take a breath, right? So breath is important. And okay guys, so have you guys enjoyed the trade? And now we'll be discussing also the education behind the trade, which is key here. Thank you, welcome, good morning. It's Bearish from, hello brother, thank you very much. Nice 3320, it's Bearish, yes. Thank you. I explain things, thank you. I like how you explain things. Just love your channel, thank you very much for being here. Yeah, absolutely, we build the best trading community. And now the entry was based on the pending order, right? So if you look at here, look at here. Okay, all right, so now so this is the third trade. Let's bring all that on one line today. Okay, so we had $1 yen to Xauusd. This one is the third. So three gold trade, $1 yen trade today. And now let's look at all the trade that we opened was sell, right? So we opened all trades to be sell. Why I am always sell on gold? Now directionally, it's very important that we look at the market, we look at the trade in the direction of the major trend. So if you look at here, this is the daily chart. As I mentioned, you see that understanding, again looking at from a fresh perspective, guys, we still have something to take, so don't miss out, don't leave the channel, don't leave the live. We still have, only we spend 1 hour, there is one more hour, there might be more trading opportunity coming. So let's first also refresh, looking from beginner mindset, right? This is what I say, that always look at the chart from a beginner mindset, is because the market is constantly evolving, the market is constantly changing, right? So, and what we saw maybe 1 hour ago is changed now in 1 hour later. So what happened, there is a tendency that I have seen in me also, this happened over and over again. Let's say I looked at the market in London session and I saw that it's a bull market and I decided to buy, and then after 3 hours I looked at the chart, I'm still thinking to buy, but just maybe 1 hour ago the market completely changed the sentiment. So my bias still remaining as a glimpse of my first visit to the chart, but the chart has changed. So when the market change, we have to change our approach that too, right? That is where understanding, that is where looking at the fresh perspective, always not being rigid to any specific directional bias, right? So anytime the market could do anything. So here is if you look at here, you can see that this is the move back to back. We are still the directionally bearish, because with the NFP, that's a massive breakdown with the NFP. Now today the price has dropped and then has gone back up. Now why all those 3 trade that open I was bearish is because if you look at here, okay, so you can see that as the market already above the daily opening and close and likely to come back here for this long-term support test, there is a strong bearish pressure here, and the bulls may not be able to create new higher high here. So therefore, when you are trading in the direction of the trend, that's where you are well ahead always, as trading with the trend is the most profitable trading system one can ever have. Because even if you have a losing trade, if you are trading with the trend, you are always going with the flow, right? So going with the flow is very important. Now if you are a sports or athlete for any high-end sports program, they know that what is the importance of becoming in the flow. Being in the flow is the highest way to achieve anything, right? So in the market also there is a flow, and when you look at the flow here on the daily, you can see that this market is highly bearish. So because the market is highly bearish, in that market we only will be thinking for selling. So we refreshed our chart for possible another potential drop. Let's jump back to the lower time frame again, looking at the 5-minute chart here. Now a very important clue, or I would say that a very important indicator or the criteria that I have looked at in this market is this. Okay, so what is this here? Let's look at that. This is a key level, not on higher time frame but on lower time frame. Now why this is key level? Pay attention to detail. That's the key, right? So when you know that how to pay attention to detail, you started to see the market completely different way, right? So that will program your reticular activating system, which is important as a trader. You will see that, I remember when I begin my first in the long ago, and I didn't understand anything in the chart, what this green and red candle mean to me. And then once I learned something, I start to see that in that lesson how to trade using a pin bar, right? And as soon as I learned about the pin bar, I only can see only the pin bar in the chart, nothing else. My eyes always going to the pin bar, because my reticular activating system start to pick up those pin bar in the chart and ignoring everything else. The chart is a bunch of candlestick pattern that doesn't make any sense until you give it a meaning or sense, right? So how do you give a meaning or sense is by understanding what to look for and what not to, right? So what do you look for here? This kind of move to the key level. Okay, so you can see that this is the move that I looked at when I have opened this position, guys. As I mentioned, the education is very important. One trade you guys have won in this live session will not make you rich or will not make you a trader until you learn how to trade. Okay, this is the ultimate goal of every trader, to become an independent, professional, profitable trader. If you're on the same track, then the key here is to look at, see the line that I have drawn, and there's a pattern in it, right? So if you look at here, what do you see? This is the most important candle in this whole move, and I have also posted early in our VIP community the same thing. Okay, so if you guys are learning here, definitely something that you can see that we have also our AI system that trading with this kind of price action. This is the I have posted early today. This is the entry candle for most updated AI system along with our day trading. Also, we have our AI system running on. And if you guys want to get access to that, currently every day almost one member, not more, one member. We want to take the most dedicated person that coming in this industry to become a trader, and I'm here to help you with this academy. Then stay connected by joining the Telegram channel, where every day we will be posting our education, and from there we'll pick one person to join without anything, as long as you are a dedicated trader. Now with the AI system, this is the strategy that AI picks up when we are looking at, and this is the post that I have posted, and you can see this is the most important candle in this whole move. And if you look at here, you can see that this is the bearish candle, right? This is 5-minute chart, but what do you see in that candle? Now you can see that, look at this zone here. All right, so this is a key level. What happened when the price has moved to that level, right? So you can see that this is what I have posted, and in fact from that level also we have open position in the academy and has closed. Now the next one, that if you look at, what do you see? The same level, just little extended to the upside, same kind of candlestick pattern, followed by another wave of drop, and then followed by another move, just little extended with the lowest point to the highest point, one single move to the key level. That's the points that you need to look at when you are entering into the position, and you need to program your reticular activating system to see this kind of levels, this kind of move, so that you can pick those trade to open by yourself without any signal, without anyone tell you anything. Are you guys ready for it? If you're ready, say yes. Thank you for joining the live session. Now if you have got that understood, make sure you, even after this session, you watch over and over again. And that's where trading, that's where understanding how to trade the market with high probability. Now you can see that the price has broken that support. This is currently a bearish market, and there is a probability for further bearish move in this market as the price start to drop here. It has created a bearish market structure in that area, which is the price is creating, you can see series of lower high and lower low, which is in the downtrend. And with that downtrending market, what we can see that the price slowly building up that pressure to create a new lower low. So dropping down to the daily level here, okay, so you can see it's getting that rejection potentially to come back here to this daily low, and from this daily low we may see further bounce or drop. So let's wait to see for another entry. Now this is a bearish move. We may see another break of structure and then drop, or we may see a direct drop to that support here. All right, so we'll be waiting to see what kind of market structure is forming here. So what you can see, you can see the market is in that trend, and I think we may see a deeper drop potentially. Drop to the daily support. Now any bounce to the upside, here is we will be able to see possible entry in the market. Okay, so with that being said, here with the drop on Xauusd, this is a key level that you can see the market has tested. Looking at this here on the lower time frame from the 1 hour, as you see that the market is trending, and with that being said, we'll be waiting for that further trend in this market. And now for finding another possible entry here, what can we look at is another pullback to any of these resistance lines. So as the market has overextended, we may see that pullback again. Okay, so it's preparing for a possible if you look at it, you can see it's preparing for a possible further bearish move. So for us to find another entry, here is 10 and 20 MA crossover again. So So you can see that with this pullback, again the price trying to push back to the upside. Now we can see that breakup structure. Is it going back to retest this neckline here? So let's wait to see how far it might be traveling back to the upside. Now here is a move in the upper direction. So with this move, if we look at, okay, we can see the candle close on the 30 minutes with a long bearish engulfer. So today, what's the calendar to look like? If we look at here, and so this week's move that we can see on Wednesday, there is core CPI. So today and tomorrow there is no very important news, but we can see that significant move due to the NFP, and that volume is still running in. So therefore this is the 30 minutes price action. 15 minutes after this drop, the price is now pushing up here. And a pretty sharp bounce here you can see, and that move is important to see that deeper pullback. Now if this single move going back up to this level here, we might see that rejection again. So moving up to an important level. So looking at the daily, from the daily support, getting rejection 4 hour, so the price, the 4 hour candle closing, and I think we may see the price to going to a level where we might find further potential rejection from the top. Now in this area, as there is a break to the upside, but this move, if you guys look at, you can see this move is not one a bigger impulse. There is a doji formation along the way. So especially this move you can see here, okay, this is a fake move, and this kind of move is where the best to trade, because in this move, in this whole zone, that if you look at, there is an identical way to look at this one here. There is no significant pullback along the way, so which is fake move back to the upside, and as a result we can see the market has made its move. Here the market also moved, but with a pullback, so basically it grabbed liquidity along the way, so it has a momentum. Now we would like to see where it is heading, either going back to hit any of this key level and then dropping down, or it's just moving in a sideway. That's what we're looking to see in this area, in this market. And then this is the 1 minute. Here the price has crossed that high. If it is reversing from here, we may be able to see that again coming back to create a new lower low. So far in this area, let's see how the market react to that level before we look for entry in this area. We can see that from here slowly trying to push down, and because it's one single move back to the upside, we may see the market to potentially a drop here to the support level. And that being said, now you can see the market slowly has after liquidity grab, it's pushing back again to the downside here, and it's a complete break below, as from that key resistance line. So it drop again to the daily low, so that signals potentially to further downtrend continuation from this resistance line. And if you look at the 15 minutes here, which is closing in a couple of minutes, this is a complete rejection from the top on the 15 minutes time frame, and that's where here is the support on the 15 minutes. And looking at the lower time frame from the 1 minute here, also showing that possible rejection back in the lower side of this market. So here is the area that you can see 15 minutes bear move, and so if this is now breaking below, if the market coming down to create a new lower low here, if you look at the 4-hour closing, also 20 minutes, that might bring that price back below here to create a new lower low from the daily doji here to drop down. Now this daily candle may close even as a green doji or narrow doji, and then the market to come down, depending on later this session how the market may do in this area. So looking at the again the lower time frame and the 15 minutes closing in 5 minutes time, and how this 15 minutes candle closing also important. There is a possibility that this market coming here to this support. Let's draw that line here. So looking at again the other time frame, multi time frame, to see where the price potentially be heading to, and so this is where another single move to the neckline here. So the market is basically consolidating in this area with this narrow zone. This is a narrow area, and from this consolidation we could potentially see as the trend is down to break below, and that's where we might see that continuation back below. Here is it reached that neckline, and it's now trying to again push back down. If we want to enter again, the best zone to look for, as it's showing that trend, to look for an important zone where we might see that high probability for the price to move in one direction. So you can see it's single move to the neckline of this, and the price is now again coming down. So for us, if you look at the higher time frame, the 1 minute and the 1 hour, 5 minutes and the 1 hour, combining that market to show a clear directional bias. Now looking at the 1 minute, where from this level directly to the support again has gone back to the neckline, and it may come back again to the support, and that's how it may remain in that direction, right? So in that case, with the candle close, we may see the continuation and then break up this low. And I was waiting for an entry to an important level rather than just from the low. So this could be an important zone that you could look at. So the candle closed on the 15 minutes. If we look at a doji, a green doji, and that gives some bullish momentum here for short term maybe. Okay, so here it is trying to form a possible bullish structure. So let's wait to see what kind of market structure it is forming, deleting all those lines to see fresh perspective in the market for further entry opportunity. Looking at the daily here, today's high is here. It may try to retest the daily high or just testing the lower time frame resistance and coming back down. Going to the 5 minutes, these are some of the levels, and that's where you can see the price is trying to push back here with another momentum, and so from the 1 minute, so reach that level. Let's see the 4 hour where the market has gone up from the 4 hour time frame. From the 1 hour also the price reached that key level. To find a sell entry here, as there is a doji, you can see that from this doji the market has made a significant breakout here. All right, so and because it made a significant breakout, okay, so you see there's a rejection, and Now this 1 hour candle, how it is closing, is crucial to look at, because if this one is closing as a narrow, like as a long wick candle from the 1 hour, we might see further attempts from the buyer to push that high here. If this, before the candle close, the market drop here, we may see that remaining bearish. Now this in the next 10 minutes is important to look at. If this market is trending back down, we might see a complete change again, direction to the downside here. So looking for any entry to see if it is grabbing liquidity from the top, but I think it might do that. It might grab liquidity and then could drop back down again. We'll be looking to see that if the market is doing that. Now if it is a strong one single move, I would look to sell, because there is a double bottom and then bounce. There is a little bit of risk here, but still it can come back down. So if it was moving with a one single impulse, either from here or either from here, that could be a very important zone that we could look for sell. What happened when the market gone in both direction, it grab liquidity from here. So it is not a one single move like this one here that we have traded. So that's why if you look at in that direction, we have opened, and later the market has gone up with one single move and it got rejected. But here now it didn't go with one single move, it has gone making series of higher high and higher low. So now it is still can drop again because on a key level, or it could push back up further. So that's where we are a little bit of stuck for entry again in that area. So wait to see where the market is heading, and based on that we can look for entry opportunity as soon as we will find it. And I hope that guys you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up. What confirms break of structure, Coach Collins? There is a bearish pressure in the market. What confirms break of structure? Okay, so to understand the break of structure, the break of structure confirms when the market violates series of higher high and higher low in an uptrend, especially when the price breaks the nearest swing low with a longer impulse. Now this is completely opposite how we think, right? When you see that a big impulse, we tend to buy or sell. Never buy on a big impulse, never sell also from a big impulse. Okay, the best zone to buy or sell when the market form a trend structure, when the market is healthy. A big impulse is an unhealthy move, either to the bearish side or to the bull side. To understand the break of structure, the first of all need to understand the structure. What is a structure? Now if you look at a building, you can identify the structure, right? There will be columns, beams, foundation, frame, and then this is a structure, right? So if you don't do that, if you don't put columns, you can't build a structure, or without beams you can't do that too. So therefore, to understand the break of structure, the first step is to understand what is structure, what is market structure, how does it look like when a market form a healthy structure, right? So let's understand what is a healthy market structure when it is in an uptrend, right? So a healthy market structure is like that. You may not find an ideal market structure, but similar, right? So creating series of higher high and higher low. This is healthy bullish market structure. Now when you see that structure breaks, that is a break of structure. If you look at like that, okay, now this is a break of structure. More often we confuse it with the change of trend, but in fact, as a matter of fact, it is more often refueling the trend. It's like a car that you are driving. At some point you need to refuel, right? Similarly, the same way, the trend get exhausted, the bulls lose the fuel, and they need to grab that liquidity, which is the fuel of the market, right? There are three most important secrets in the market a trader must know when looking at finding the best trade. Is the market structure, liquidity, and price action, right? So if you look at here in this market, the market structure that you can see is a bull market creating series of higher high and higher low, which is an uptrending market structure. The next thing that you need to look at is, that is what we are talking about, the liquidity, right? So you can see that this is where the break from the structure that violates the rules of a bullish market structure, just to see that it returned back in the direction of the trend after a price action confirmation. That's where the entry. That's what we discussed in our previous live class on the premium or VIP live trading room. If you guys want to get access to those classes as well, make sure you stay connected by joining the Telegram channel. You can find link below this video, where every day one lucky members from this Telegram channel will be able to access to the academy for the lifetime. For the time being, we are taking only few members to the academy, just for those who are really dedicated as a trader. Okay, the goal here is to make you an independent, profitable, professional trader, not to give you one trade, one day win, next day you lose, so that you can have that skill, that knowledge to trade yourself, right? So you want to be an independent trader or a dependent trader? Share your opinion in the live chat. How many members you think that you can become an independent trader? Let us know in the live chat, guys, that say I can become an independent trader, when you see you basically bringing that in the front. Okay, so anything you say, you create. That's how the universe works, that, right? So when you say that you are an independent trader, you become. So you can share your okay, so with support, thank you, I can become an independent trader. I can be. Collins, welcome. You can be anyone, anything. If you want to be an independent trader, you can become an independent trader. The only thing that you need is you need to want it, right? So anything you want, you don't gonna get it. Okay, because the universe will not give you what you want, but what you are. So become is more important than wanting, right? So becoming is when you started to see how to trade in a market where the real trader trades. How do the real traders trade the market? As we discussed earlier, do you depend on the technical aspect or the fundamental? Like, what are the things that you need to look at when you are looking at the market? So becoming is like trading by being a trader. So how does a trader trade, right? So these are the things that, right? A fish swim in the water, a human also swim in the water, but there are two different ways, right? Fish knows how to swim. Even you see that they even don't think, right? Fish can't think, but they swim. Human needs to think when they are swimming. So becoming is like being without thinking. You know that how to trade when it comes. So as we discussed earlier this session, that you need to reprogram your reticular activating system so that you can see the right trade. Once you can see, you gain understanding about the market, right? And it takes a little time. Now, to be a trader, it's important that everyone want to be a trader. You need to dedicate some time for yourself so that you can give yourself that time. To be a trader, you may not be able to do it in one day. Okay, it's not gonna happen in even 3 months, or may not happen in a year, right? So you need some more time to be a trader, but there is definitely reward on the other side. Okay, what is the reward? A big security, right? So if you look at, either you are trading or doing anything, there is nothing stable coming up very soon. Okay, and the economy is becoming unstable, jobs become unstable, everything become unstable. When you know that how to trade, okay, 2 hours, 3 hours in a day, once you become very good at it, 1 hour, 2 hours in a day, that's all, right? So you can spend time for more the things that you want to do. Once you know how to trade, set up the trade. If you have a system, you can just implement it and let it run for itself. Let it do the job for you, and you stay away from it. So to do that, what it needs is you to first commit to become a trader. You need a mentor. You can't do it alone. You can do, but every mistake's cost, right? So in trading, it's very difficult. So that is why it is so important that, if you really want to become a trader, then look for long-term growth and success. So, and in this live session, there is a lot that we discussed, that you guys have seen that. Preparing my today. Please, I want to become an independent trader. Okay, so once you guys on the channel, on the Telegram channel, keep eye for the post that being posted every day, and there will be a fully discounted coupon on the Telegram channel, but each day probably 1 or 2 members will be able to get access to that. So there is no criteria. The only one who will get into that, use to that coupon first on the website, you're gonna get access to that, because I have no other way to find out who is the most dedicated, but who will take the first action is the one most dedicated, who is looking at all the education that I am posting on the channel. He is the one mostly dedicated, and based on that, he will get an entry to the academy along with all my premium indicators, strategies, automated system, as well as one-on-one mentoring. You can get access to that academy for lifetime. When you are here, you become what you are thinking about, to get everything from here so that you can find the right education to become an independent trader. So make sure you don't miss out. And as the first day of trading week, guys, after the NFP, there is another session coming tomorrow. We had a successful trade. Today, there are 3 gold trades, all of them winner, dollar yen, also winner 4 out of 4. Let's keep that winning streak on, and for the next day, and also next day and next day. And there might be a losing trade also. We can't say that all trade will be winner, but the goal here is to keep higher winning or a higher rate of winning, and then doing the proper management so that you can keep growing as a trader. And thanks for joining this, and I'll see you almost in couple of hours with another live. If you are on the channel, keep eye for any updates coming up very soon. Until that, guys, stay well, stay happy. I'll see you there again, trading live together. Have a good time.